Hi, I'm Junior Bryant, former San Francisco 49er. Today, I serve on the board of directors for Go for Broke National Education Center. In light of the recent events over the last several months, we thought it was time to highlight the sacrifices and contributions of Black American soldiers during World War II. We hope you will be inspired.
Hi, I'm Mitch Mackey, president of Go for Broke National Education Center. We tell the story of the Japanese American soldiers of World War II, how they fought tyranny abroad and racial injustice at home. In recognition of the crisis of conscience which our nation is currently facing, Go for Broke National Education Center is proudly sharing stories of Black American soldiers of World War II who fought those same battles. As the struggle for equal justice under the law continues, we recognize these brave soldiers for their courage, their patriotism, and their sacrifice. January 1945. American soldiers in Europe weren't getting mail from home, and its absence was hurting morale. Warehouses in England were filled with over 17 million pieces of mail intended for American soldiers. Undelivered care packages, holiday gifts, and letters from home filled the storage hangars. A constant stream of incoming mail added to the massive backlog. To combat this logistical nightmare, the 6,888th Postal Directory Battalion, which would become known as 6888, was formed. The woman who was tasked with leading it was Charity Adams, a 26-year-old major and the first Black commanding officer in the Women's Army Corps to be deployed to a theater of war. Major Adams would lead 855 Black women soldiers who were assigned the grueling and impossible job of delivering the backlog mail. While the War Department opened up opportunities for Black women with the 6888, the truth was that it was an experiment. Major Adams recognized that they were expected to fail and recalled, quote, "The eyes of the public would be upon us, waiting for one slip in our conduct or performance," end quote. And in response, she committed herself to ensuring that the 6888 would be, quote, "the best WAC unit ever sent into a foreign theater," end quote. Like all WAC units, the women of the 6888 underwent basic training. The women physically trained, learned to identify enemy aircraft, ships, and weapons, climbed ropes, boarded and evacuated watercraft, and practiced long, grueling marches. In England, the 6888 found the storage houses packed to the ceiling with mail. Wearing extra layers of clothing to fight off the cold, the women were scheduled into 3 separate 8-hour shifts so that the work could continue 24/7. No mail, low morale became the motto of the 6888. They operated the most reliable and efficient mail service in the European theater. With their newly created tracking system of 7 million information cards, they tracked U.S. Army personnel. They redirected mail stamped undeliverable, investigated insufficiently addressed mail for clues about the intended recipient, and they carried out the sad duty of returning mail addressed to soldiers who had been killed in action. The 6888 processed nearly 200,000 pieces of mail a day and cleared the 6-month backlog in a matter of 3 months. Despite their success, the unit faced ongoing scrutiny. On one occasion, a general appeared for a surprise inspection. Upon seeing a turnout of only 1/3 of the battalion, Major Adams explained to the general that 1/3 of the battalion was working and that the other third was on a strict schedule to be sleeping. The general was insulted and responded by threatening to replace her with a white first lieutenant who would show her how to properly run the unit. Major Adams simply replied, "Over my dead body, sir." With the exception of smaller units of black nurses, the 6888 was the only black women's unit to serve overseas during World War II. It was not until the 1990s that the unit received formal recognition for its service. And in 2019, the Army awarded the battalion the Meritorious Unit Commendation. The black women soldiers of 6888 demonstrated the wisdom of America's promise. The promise that in our nation, no one is to be judged by the color of their skin, the nation of their origin, or the God whom they choose to worship. We are a nation which values equal treatment under the law for everyone. Go for Broke National Education Center proudly recognizes the black women soldiers of the 6888 for their service to America.